Live from FedEx Forum, this is The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Hello, good people.
Yeah.
7 years ago, our forefathers came. Wait, isn't that how it starts?
After 7 years ago,
That's
I
all
got
I know
nothing.
too. Yeah, me too.
I got nothing.
You're watching The Odds Couple here on Grind City Media. We were having a historical discussion right before we came on the air about the Gettysburg Address. The Gettysburg Address happened 4 months after the Battle of Gettysburg.
Okay.
So the Civil War was still going on.
Okay.
We were discussing when did it happen. We could have placed bets on that.
7 years ago, whether it's nobler in the mind
No.
to face hark something wicked this way comes. I think is how it goes.
Double, toil and trouble, fire, burn, and cauldron bubble. I have newt, toe of bat. I don't know.
Oh, almost.
I have a little of it.
You know it's a song in Harry Potter. I
That
forget
is?
which one. Yeah, one of the early Harry, maybe the second one.
Yeah.
They're sitting down in the dining hall and the chorus is, or the choir is singing, and they're singing the start of Macbeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit here and there.
Okay.
You're watching The Odds Couple here on Grind City Media. Normally we talk about history and famous literature, things of that nature. But today we're going to talk about sports and sports gambling, something we like to talk about. John Roser loves Macbeth. John Roser's here next to me right now.
What up?
He's working right now.
What up, everybody?
He's working on
We're
his
done.
own.
We're done. Just finished.
What are you working on?
Just finished. I did get our podcast, Vernon Show
that pod.
podcast uploaded. Yeah.
Pot it up. Pot it
Yeah.
up.
Got it uploaded. Should be hitting your Spotify, Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, all that good stuff.
Yep.
Should be hitting there shortly.
CJ Hurt is also with us
Hi.
over on the side there. We don't know where Rob Fisher is. He was with the Grizzlies.
There he is. His spirit
That's
is
his chair.
always here.
That's his chair.
He's not here today, but he should be back in Memphis soon. Roser, this morning I sat in for Jessica Benson on the
Yes.
Jessica Benson show, and CJ and I came up with an idea for. I want to get your take on this for young men and young women across this country. So in other countries, there's like enforced military service, right? Like when you're younger in Finland, like Laurie Markkinen had to do it. You have to go to be in the military for a year or two. It helps you become a adult
A man
or a woman.
or a woman.
So we decided the youth of America needs something similar, and we decided to call it Callus Camp because it gives you calluses,
Yeah.
physical and emotional.
I think just
You're
have
into
them.
this.
Just hang from a pull-up bar.
Ooh, that's a good one. We have some other things you got to do at Callus Camp, because we were thinking like things that made us tougher as kids, right? Like either playing sports in school or just being kids, like the Oklahoma drill, bull in the ring, the one-legged bear crawl, playing chicken in the pool.
Yeah.
These are the things you would do at Callus Camp. I'm gonna put hang from the pull-up bar.
Yeah, hang from a pull-up bar or just hold the pull-up position. But I just say hang from a pull-up bar because everybody can do that. Not everybody can.
Can
And
pull.
a pull-up and hold it.
This could be another one of those because we've in there also, Roser. We've got wall sits while you recite the speech from Miracle on Ice.
Wall sits are
And
tough.
so we can do the
We were
hang
trying to
from
do
the
some
pull-up
sort of-
bar while we recite
some sort of
some
mental
stuff. Yeah.
component.
Yeah.
So we thought maybe you have to memorize the speech from Miracle on Ice.
Yeah.
Well, so when we hang from when the kids hang from the pull-up bars, we
Yeah.
have to give them another speech to memorize. Another good
Also,
American
the one where
speech.
you like the two kids stand on the baseline, and you roll the ball out, and you have to go get the ball first.
Yeah.
That's a good one too. Suicides, running hills. We got a lot of things. You're into this though. You're
Yeah, I'm with it.
All right, I'll add this to the list. I think that should maybe even replace the Pro Bowl next year because nobody watches the Pro Bowl. I didn't watch. Did you guys watch the Pro Bowl? Any of it?
No.
Yeah, me neither. How about the Super Bowl? When did you turn it off? Did you watch the whole
I mean,
thing?
I watched the whole game, but like I was pretty tuned out of it.
Yeah,
Like,
by the third quarter.
yeah, somewhere middle of the third quarter, I was like, all right, well,
Well, Fish wants us to talk about the fallout of the Super Bowl, and
who cares what Fish wants? He's not here.
but I'm thinking like I was thinking about this in that context because when a team wins a title, the coaches all get hired elsewhere. Kellen Moore's already got hired in New Orleans. And then normally you see like the trickle down effect, right? Of whatever their game plan is, whatever their system is, you start seeing it shared throughout the NFL. We've already seen that with the Eagles a little bit because Sirianni's been there for a bit. The Eagles have been good for a while. Do we think does the Chiefs losing, is that going to change anything about the Chiefs next season, the next couple of years?
I don't think it's necessarily about the Chiefs losing. It's a lot like in the great movie 300 when King Leonidas knows, hey, all of us are finna die. We're done here.
Yeah.
And he just takes the sphere and hoists it at Xerxes just to prove that Xerxes is not a god. He does bleed, and they are not to be feared. I think that, although in this case, the Eagles, if the Chiefs are Xerxes, the Eagles literally took him out. I think what changes is everybody else around the Chiefs looks up and says, oh, we can get them. We're something away, right? So we talked about the Bills after the Bills lost yet again to the Kansas City Chiefs, had their season ended yet again by the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes beat Josh Allen for the fourth consecutive time in the postseason. It was like, well, what do you do if you're the Bills? You're good enough. Do you go all in? Like, no, there's not necessarily. You just hope to get a little bit better. And what does getting better look like? Well, now you're looking at the Eagles and you say, we can get them now. Right now is the time to get them. Let's go out there and make some trades. Myles Garrett is out there. He wants to be traded. Maybe you call up the Cowboys and say, hey, do you really want to pay Micah? What can we do to get Micah Parsons over here and get you somebody on that defensive front who can go out there and get after the quarterback so you can drop the rest of them off into coverage?
In some ways, though, that feels too simple. It's just like, we just need better guys on our defensive line. Like, is that the answer to be the best team?
They didn't do anything. The Eagles didn't do anything.
I know, that's the thing.
Right?
They only blitzed 4 the whole game. They didn't bring anyone. They did a couple zone blitzes apparently, but they still blitzed 4. They dropped some guys into coverage. But Roser, if you're the Bills, if you're whoever's trying to overtake the Chiefs, is it just that simple? You just need better players?
I mean, you need better players. You have to be better. I think it's the line of scrimmage is everything. Like you look at the Eagles and they have arguably the best offensive line in the NFL and they have arguably the best defensive line in the league. And Kansas City could not get pressure on Jalen Hurts all night.
Yeah.
And the other way around was the Chiefs could not block the front 4 of the Eagles. Like sometimes football's really simple. And it's simple. Can you block? Can you rush the passer?
I think all the time football is simple and we complicate it. For no damn reason. Yeah. Can you get pressure on the quarterback, bring in a few people? Yes, you're in good shape. Can you take care of the ball? Yep, you're in good shape. Can you tote the tater when you need to? Yep, you're in good shape. It's not as complicated as we want it to be, and I feel like the Eagles showed that against the Chiefs. They didn't do anything remarkable from a schematic standpoint. It was just, hey, we got dudes, to Rose's point, who can get after it on the line of scrimmage.
I don't want to denigrate a Rex Ryan, a Ed Orgeron. These don't seem like the kind of men who have memorized the Gettysburg Address or Macbeth. They're just football guys, right? They're just like, where do you line the guys up? What do you do? How do you hit people? Like, maybe that's all it is. I don't know. I feel like, to your point, CJ, we trying to overcomplicate things. Let's scheme up this and that and the other. Maybe we just need to just blitz 4 dudes and just say, beat us. And if you can beat us, great. If you can't, that's it.
But you got to be able to get pressure, right? That was the thing. That was the thing. The Eagles got pressure for a large portion of the game. They sacked them
6 times?
6+ times, one of 8 teams in Super Bowl history to get 6+ sacks in a game, and all 8 of those teams ended up winning the Super Bowl that they were in.
Yeah.
And when they weren't sacking him, they were able to get pressure on him. So you've got to be not just say, all right, we're only going to rush 4 at the quarterback, because the NFL, these quarterbacks are good enough, they're accurate enough to where if you give them time, they just need the window to be like that. And Patrick Mahomes really just needs it to be that open. And like he'll throw guys.
But they didn't give him that much.
They didn't give him time to set his feet and try and make any other throws. It's about being able to get pressure on the quarterback.
So let's look toward next year. Like, what teams are you looking for to? Would you bet on now? Like, we looked at I don't even know if we have it here. We looked at the odds for next season on the Monday show.
Yeah.
When you weren't here. What teams do you think, other than Chiefs and Eagles, you think are going to be teams to reckon with next season?
I think the Ravens, the 49ers, the Bills, the Lions. Green Bay's up there.
Do you worry about the Lions having lost both coordinators?
I mean, maybe. We'll see. They're going to have a lot of talent, but yeah, I mean, it is Jared Goff. I would look at it, dude, there has been some. The Rams are the story.
Yeah.
Because the Rams' young defense,
well,
they got better and better. Are they going to trade Stafford?
That's the question. And
that's what's weird to me. Why would you trade Stafford?
Cooper Kupp said he's getting traded.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp is getting traded, but he hasn't been good in a couple years. But like trading Stafford, like Stafford's still good.
I saw somewhere, I told CJ, I saw online the other day a Cooper Kupp and Stafford to the Giants rumor floated to pair with Malik Neighbors, and they hired a coach who was one of Stafford's guys with the Giants now, and they're trying to change things up.
The Vikings should get Stafford.
That'd be interesting. They were talking about that at some point last year, I think.
The Vikings would be a good spot for Stafford if they're going to trade him. Stafford's still awesome.
Yeah.
So like the
If he's
Rams, like what are you doing if you're not going to get Stafford?
It's a great question. What are the Niners? What's your outlook for your Niners next year?
They're going to trade Deebo Samuel.
Yeah.
They're going to sign Brock Purdy. And then we'll see what they do in the draft. They're going to release Javon Hargrave, and then we'll see what they do. They're going to restructure George Kittle's contract, or they're going to sign George Kittle to an extension, and we'll see what they do in the draft. They've got all their picks, so we'll see.
I think the Falcons are going to be good next year.
Well, y'all have had like 4 straight losing record seasons. So.
Yeah, we've got like playmakers on offense.
You got Big Penix.
You got Big Penix. You got Bijan Robinson, Drake London, Kyle Pitts.
London really emerged this year.
He was great. Kyle Pitts. Penix actually threw him the ball, so like maybe he does something. The question is like, can you just get like 2 guys on defense? Like they scored 38 against the friggin' Panthers and lost the last week of the season. Like you got to get some stops. So I'm afraid that Terry Fontenot, the GM, is going to draft another offensive player because he loves drafting offensive players and weapon guys and stuff. Like just fix the defense. Just go
fix the defense.
Get a rush guy and another linebacker will be.
We got to see. There's always a team who comes out of nowhere. Those the Commanders this year.
I like that swig in the middle of the sentence.
Great. That's how I see.
Is this a commercial for C4?
Yeah. There's the Commanders this year that came out of nowhere. So there's always going to be that team. I'd say watch out for the Chargers next year, too.
Chargers.
Yeah, I'd say watch out for the Chargers. If Kansas City does not improve, their offense is not. Here's what's something interesting.
All right.
Something interesting. What the Eagles defense did to Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
Dude, the 49ers did the exact same thing to him last year in the Super Bowl. The exact same thing.
Yeah.
Through the first 10 possessions of the game last year in the Super Bowl, the Kansas City Chiefs had 7 points. They scored 7 points, 1 touchdown, and it was because the 49ers muffed a punt. The problem is the 49ers in those first 10 possessions only had 10 points. The Eagles, through the first 10 possessions, had 34 points. So the 49ers could have just scored more. They would have. The Chiefs' offense has to get better. Rashee Rice will make it better. They have to improve their offense.
They got to run the ball a little bit too.
They've got to improve their offense to keep up. Otherwise, it's not. These teams are going to catch up.
Did you see the stat that Kendrick Lamar had more yards during the halftime show than the Chiefs did?
Well, he absolutely.
I mean, the Chiefs had 23 yards
Yeah.
of total offense in the first half.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Kendrick Lamar
The
had
Eagles-
way more than that.
Eagles had 24 points.
Yeah.
Like,
Although Kendrick Lamar's little, like it probably
He is
looks
little.
like further than it is.
Dude, he's like really.
He's
little.
5'5". I saw. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew he was small. I was wondering if you were a dancer, if you're like 6 feet tall, if you're just out of luck.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to like make him look even smaller. You know, like I don't know. He only hires small dancers.
Yeah.
Tiny dancers. All right. We're going to talk about other stuff happening this week because football's gone now for the next 7 months. What are we looking forward to? Are you watching college basketball at all?
Till March.
I mean, I will a little bit. I've watched more SEC basketball this year.
I don't know if you've heard.
It's a good conference.
Well, some people say it's good, but overall they're just 500.
No.
Since January.
Yeah, the SEC teams in the SEC since January are, I believe, 85 and 85.
It's because they play each other.
Well, we don't need to have logic in here. It's just Carl Ravitch said this in the game the other night.
Oh.
Carl Ravitch said, I was going to use it for who said it, but whatever. Carl Ravitch said in the game the other night, the SEC teams are just 500 against, since January or whatever.
When they all started having to
Since
play
they've
each
been
other.
playing each other.
I bet they would be every year.
Yeah. So, but the SEC has been awesome. Like, I was looking at the standings in the SEC the other day. 10 teams might make the tournament out of the SEC.
They
11?
got more than 10.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if Georgia makes it. Georgia's like 14th, 13th.
The thing is, which one of the because I was talking about this with some people the other day about the SEC, and they were like, the SEC basketball tournament could be amazing in Nashville this year.
Yes.
Or their point was, a couple said to me,
Or
I
a
don't
bloodbath.
know if they're going to try, if these teams try to win the SEC tournament. And if they don't, someone specifically mentioned me, they're like, Georgia is absolutely the kind of
Yeah.
team, because they can beat some of these teams, but Georgia is absolutely the kind of team that has the kind of talent. If these other teams don't care, they could sneak in there and win the SEC.
The SEC has
tournament.
9 teams in the top 25 right now.
Yeah.
All right. The 10th, and they're the top 9 teams in the SEC standings. The 10th team in the SEC standings is Vanderbilt, who are 5-6 in the SEC, and they are 17-7 overall.
Yeah.
The 10th team's Arkansas, who's 15-9. Like, do you think they make it in as an at-large? I don't know.
I mean, it depends.
4-7 in the conference, 15-9 overall.
It all depends on how many bid thieves there are. But like Vanderbilt, for instance, I'm looking at their net rankings right now,
Yeah.
their net games. They've got 6 quad 1 and 2 wins and 7 quad 1 and 2 losses. So they're 6-7 in the first 2 quadrants, and they've played a really, really tough schedule because the SEC is so very, very deep right now. It wouldn't be surprising from what people in the know, the Gary Parishes of the world, and folks like that, to say, yeah, the SEC absolutely is getting double-digit teams in, and maybe 12 to 13 in, which is crazy to stop and think about. They're that good as a basketball playing conference this year.
I saw today on Bracketology on ESPN, they had Georgia in the Final Four, like the Final Four teams to make it in. Well, it's not the Final Four. They call it something else, the last 4, whatever.
Last 4 in.
Yeah, Georgia was one of the last 4 in, which is the 12th team in the SEC at the moment. I mean, yeah, somebody could make a run in the tournament or whatever. Maybe it change things a little bit, but there's going to be a lot of teams in there. In the AAC, right here in our backyard, the Memphis Tigers, first place, 10-1 in the conference, 20-4 overall. Do we have the graphic, Jacob, of I believe we have AAC champion odds? We looked at that at some point. Right now, I mean, I don't know if Memphis is a very good bet at this point, because UAB's 8-3, North Texas 9-3, Memphis 10-1. All right, I don't know why we looked at those odds. Thanks, Fish. I mean, if Memphis loses 2 more games in the conference, I guess that's an issue. They don't play. Who else do they play? They play South Florida. They play UAB one more time. They beat them pretty well last time they played them. And embarrassed the kid from UAB who was like the conference player of the year preseason.
Yeah, Memphis is going to lose like one more game just because they will. But like that'll drop them probably to like a 6 or 7 seed, which is fine.
Right now, they're a 4 seed on.
Yeah.
Lombardi.
So I bet if they lost one more to a really crappy team like quad 3, quad 4 team, like you're looking at a 6, 7 seed. Because they have so many, especially like they've got so many wins now.
Is there any way they screwed this thing up and don't make it?
Yeah.
I mean, they'd have to
absolutely.
lose out pretty much.
Lose 4 or 5 of these games. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
That's how you do it. That's how they kept doing it last year.
I was gonna say,
That's how they
We've
did
seen it
last
before.
year.
Like, it's a little bit
Yeah.
scary to talk
Yeah.
about.
Just pulled up Jerry Palm's bracketology. Arkansas and who's the other team ahead?
Of who?
Georgia.
Georgia.
Arkansas and Georgia are last 4 in, with Vanderbilt and Oklahoma just outside. So that would be if Vanderbilt and Oklahoma found a way to jump up there and get in. And they'll have opportunities because they play in SEC. Every damn game is an opportunity to get a really good win. So if they jumped in there and nobody fell out, SEC would have 14 teams.
I know Auburn's the number one. We can look at the overall.
Yeah, they've got also the bracketology has 13 SEC teams.
Yeah.
13 of them.
We can look at the overall championship odds. I know Auburn's the number one seed right now. The team that I like is Alabama, though.
They play Saturday.
They play each other. They play two more times. They play each other Saturday. Alabama has the number one strength of schedule that they've already played. They have the number one strength of schedule going forward also. Listen to this schedule for Alabama. They have 7 games left. They play at home against number 1 Auburn. They play at number 21 Missouri. They play at home against number 15 Kentucky. At home against number 22 Mississippi State. And then their last 3 games at number 5 Tennessee. At home against number 3 Florida. And then at number 1 Auburn. So they have 7 games left, all top 20 teams. And they end at number 1 team in the country. Like I expect Alabama's going to lose a game or two out of that. They're 21-3 right now. But like, what prepares you for the NCAA tournament more than that?
Right, and then it's just going to be a matter because of how they play. Like, do you hit shots? Alabama's awesome.
I like Mark Sears a lot.
Yeah, they can win it all. Alabama can win it all. I watched Florida the other night.
The Tennessee game?
They played Mississippi State.
Played Mississippi State.
Played Mississippi State.
Kentucky played Tennessee.
And yeah, I saw some of that too. Tennessee just got a hard time against Kentucky. I'll get to Tennessee in a second. Florida though, like it was neck and neck at halftime. In the second half, they just beat the living hell out of Mississippi State, which was impressive. Tennessee, like.
That's what Kentucky did at the end against Tennessee.
Yeah, Tennessee's offense is just what scares me. That's why I could not pick them. Like their offense is going to fail them at some point in the NCAA tournament, and that's going to be the game they lose. And it can happen in the first, second round. Like it absolutely.
That
can
Kentucky
happen
game, I was watching Tennessee, and their offense. A lot of it was just kind of everyone stands around, and then at the end of the shot clock, they would run a screen for somebody to get a 3-point shot off. Maybe they'd make it, maybe they wouldn't.
Yeah, Tennessee's offense is
It was sort of the stuck in the mud offense that they were running there. All right, let's take a break. We'll come back. All-Star breaks this weekend. We're going to talk about 3-point contest, dunk contest. There's some sort of tournament with the game. I don't know. But I want to talk about the NBA, too, going forward. We're going to take a break. You're watching The Odds Couple here on Grind City Media.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Our fans have a huge impact on our ability to play to the level that we're striving for.
Drop off, Durant. Oh! Well, you wanted home crowd involvement.
I love those moments where you see our guys engaging in the fans, and the fans just get pumped up.
They are standing in FedEx Forum.
I would hate to be on the other side with the opposition when FedEx Forum's rolling. That's such an unbelievable relationship that our group has with our fans.
At the National Civil Rights Museum, history moves us forward. The question remains, how does history move you?
Keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom now.
Shinedown, Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Welcome back to The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Are we back? Are we back?
Like crack.
We're back. Like crack. Welcome back to the Odds Couple here on
I
Grind
don't know
City
if
Media.
is crack back.
I don't know. I think it's whack.
Jimmy Butler might have been.
To me, it's whack. Yeah, might have been some poo. Lang Whitaker here with John Roser with CJ Hurt. You're watching the Odds Couple here on Grind City Media. We're going to catch up on the NBA a little bit. And look, we are not allowed to bet on the NBA, and I think we would just tell you there's no betting, no tipping, no fixing. We do not share any inside information. Anything we would share during this segment would just be our observations, things we've noticed from watching the NBA. That being said, trade deadline's passed. Which team do you think, CJ, since you're looking at me, which team do you think makes...
I got to stop making eye contact.
What team do you think makes the biggest jump between now and the end of the season out of all these teams?
Biggest jump, I would say, because it's fresh on my mind, maybe the Clippers. I think the Lakers could probably jump up to 3 with the Rockets struggling the way that they have here in their last 10 games, even though I know they won one here recently. They might be on a bit of a 2-game win streak. I can't really remember, but I think it's one of the 2 LA teams is getting that 3 seed. I feel like I think that the move to get Luka, even though he didn't play necessarily the best or hadn't played tremendous ball yet, he's still getting his legs up underneath him over with the Lakers, and I just like the way all of the pieces fit on the Clippers. And it might be, I'll say this definitively, the Clippers will jump from where they are to the 3 seed.
Right now they're the 6 seed.
So they'll jump up.
3 seeds, 4 loss difference. Like it's it's sort of significant. I mean, they're 5
Lakers,
games behind the Nuggets right now.
Who's right now? The Rockets are 3.
No, the Nuggets are 3.
Nuggets are 3.
Rockets are a game and a half ahead of them. Nuggets are 3. The Rockets are 4, a game and a half behind the Nuggets.
Okay.
The Lakers are a game behind them. The Clippers are in the 6th spot. Right now, the play-in is sort of interesting. You got the Timberwolves, the Mavericks, the Kings, and the Warriors.
Yeah, I don't think any of them jump into the playoff race.
I don't really think that's that interesting, Lang.
You don't want to watch You don't want to watch the Timberwolves and the Warriors in the first round of the play-in?
I guess.
I
Who were they? The Mavericks? The Mavericks? No, not right now.
Vernon was on with me yesterday on Gary's show, and the team he picked, I asked him the same thing. He picked the Warriors to make the biggest jump because he was saying once they get Jimmy Butler in there.
Yeah, once they get acclimated, I can see that.
How many games back are they?
The Warriors are 3.5 games back at the 6th spot.
Okay.
I mean, the Timberwolves are 7th, the Warriors are 10th, and there's a 2-game difference basically between all 4 of those teams.
And I think it's those teams. I don't think
the Suns
order
or
have
the
changed,
Spurs
but I
jump
think
in
the
there.
top 10 now that we have, Dallas is the only one that could drop out, and I guess Phoenix could get in there. The other ones, I think they're all going to stay. Dallas, because if
Dallas.
literally everybody's just injured. Like there's nothing.
I know. I like them. And if Gafford gets back, if Lively,
Right, but that's the thing. It's
I like that team.
I do too. Oh, I love them if they're totally healthy. I love that Dallas
I know
team
you're
if
a
they're
Kyrie
totally
guy.
healthy. Yeah, but I like it. Like if they had everybody, all their roster, like I love Dallas. But
Which team are you trying to avoid in the playoffs?
the Clippers,
Yeah.
I don't want to play that team. Like that, but it's all dependent on Kawhi. And we've seen
Even
Kawhi,
without
like,
him.
he plays 2 games in the playoffs and then he misses the rest of the series. So, but that team still would be a nightmare for the Grizzlies.
Yeah.
A nightmare for them. And if they have Kawhi, I don't think the Grizzlies would beat them.
Why are some teams allowed to be physical and some aren't? Is there a difference in like being physical?
Yes.
What is it?
You don't look like it's like straining for you. I feel like when the Grizzlies try to be physical because they have so many young players, like
It's obvious.
They're just not naturally like have the grown man strength yet. So
Yeah.
it looks like I'm like really trying to be physical and bump you. Whereas like Kawhi Leonard's he's just sliding his feet. It just looks regular.
Hacking
It looks,
at the end.
It looks normal.
Does anybody in the East catch the Cavaliers?
Catch them? No.
The
5.5.
Knicks-
Too many
the Celtics
games.
are 6 losses.
Yeah,
back.
54 games, 20 what? 28 left to play.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, yes,
Yeah,
28.
you're not making up 5.5, not 5.5 games. It would take like tons of injuries for Cleveland to fall apart. To lose the 1 seed. You like the drink. You like, it. It's good.
I like it when it's in the middle of a sentence.
Yeah, it's
it's
good.
like it would take a lot to. For a team
I was
to
trying
be
to
able
think of
do
something else I could say and then do it again, and then I couldn't do it.
it. It's all good.
By the way, I got retweeted by Boss Man D'Lo
what for?
for my hustle
your-
call yesterday. She don't want a puppy, she want a big dog. Yeah, Boss Man D'Lo retweeted me. Shout out Boss Man D'Lo. That's his line.
You got another one ready for the next time?
We'll see. I also got retweeted by someone whose name is Sex. Yeah.
Is that their first or last name?
It's
Click
a
on that
star.
profile.
Says Sex and then star, and their Twitter is.
Did you click on the profile?
They say though
Roser?
I really don't want to.
On your work computer, click on the
I'm
sex
just
profile.
looking at the bio.
No.
They're a South Central legend with 250,000 plus streams and the best rapper alive.
Oh, it's a
Oh,
rapper. Okay. Boo.
In the gym or the studio, F12. All right.
does
Why
sex
is
have
this
against
person
Ja?
retweeting me?
Yeah. Anybody else in the East you think could make a jump? Miami. I was watching the Miami game last night against the Thunder, and I was like, man, this team looks pretty good. They got Davion Mitchell's a good fit. They look nice. And then the Thunder went on like a 20-0 run and, and blew them out and won the game. And I was like, oh, okay. Well, Thunder are the Thunder. But I don't know. Is Miami a team? Detroit sort of frisky? Anybody else in the East? you think?
Miami always is. Like, they could be. Orlando's just like falling apart.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
if Orlando could get it together.
But everybody's hurt.
Everybody's
Baker was hurt.
yeah.
Wagner's hurt. Yeah.
We didn't believe
No,
our
I
prophet.
think there's
Suggs.
a clear top 3 in the East, and then the rest of it is. Yeah.
We didn't pay attention to our prophet when she told us the Pistons were going to be good, and they're good now.
Yeah.
Like that, this is the year where they're good.
Who?
The Pistons.
The Pistons.
Yeah.
Cade, switch hands, Cunningham.
Yeah.
Did you guys? Well, I got 2 choices for you. We can talk NFL futures, or I got some nuggets for you.
Yeah.
Nugs.
Yeah.
Let's go to some nugs.
Let's go to some nugs.
Here we go.
Damn, I was trying to do a drink there, and it just y'all.
The Miami Hurricanes have the most points scored by a school in the Super Bowl with 84. I'm assuming this is all time. Florida's second with 82. Penn State third with 81. Memphis is fourth with 75. Who do you think has the most points? What player has scored the most points in a Super Bowl?
Got to be a kicker. Vinatieri.
Steve Young.
It's got to be probably someone from Florida, right?
No. What? Who was the Patriots kicker? Is that
Goskowski.
Vinatieri? Is that
Gotti.
Gotti?
Goskowski.
That would be how Memphis has all those points.
Yeah, it's him and Jake
Gotti.
Elliott.
Gotti's got him. It's got to be Goskowski. All the NFL all-time leaders in points scored are always field goal
Most
kickers.
points by a player in their Super Bowl career. Actually, it's a wide receiver,
Really?
Jerry Rice.
Jerry Rice.
Gosh, he was so good.
Number 2 is a kicker, though.
Who is it?
Active player. Any guess?
What's the Ravens kicker name?
Justin Tucker.
Justin
He's only been to
Tucker.
one Super. He hadn't even been to
Okay.
a Super Bowl. An active kicker?
Yeah.
It's not Jake Elliott. He's played in 2 though.
Jake Elliott's third.
Yeah.
Who is it?
36 for Jake Elliott. Harrison Butker.
Oh yeah. We
Shout out to a great man.
Got out of the
we
kitchen, got
should've
some field goals.
There we go.
All right.
I bet he had a great dinner after those games
You know
too.
he did. His laundry was pressed, nice
Yep.
and neat, and creased.
crease on the
Yeah.
napkins.
Had a hot meal on the
Absolutely
table.
had a hot meal. He went home to a hot meal.
He didn't have leftover wings for the week.
Nope.
They used those wings and repurposed them. All right. Jake Elliott is now tied with Harrison Butker.
Oh, if we had to just
Well,
wait it.
no, it's close. Is now tied with Harrison Butker for the most Super Bowl field goals at 9. Tied for second, Steven Goskowski, fellow Tiger. But it says tied for second, but it doesn't say who he's tied with.
Okay.
But
It doesn't
he's
matter.
tied with
He's
somebody.
tied with somebody. He's just
There's-
tied for
I
second.
think Fish's point there is that 2 of the top 3 are Tigers.
And that's how
Memphis
they get all the
Tigers.
points.
Falcons had the other Tigers kicker this year.
There's another one of those?
At the end of the season, Younghoe Koo got hurt, the Falcons kicker, and they signed, I can't remember his name. kicker from Memphis from like 2-3 years ago.
Okay.
Anyway, Josh Allen, first quarterback in NFL history to have his team lose its top 2 receivers by yards from the previous year and still win the MVP.
Yeah, he had a special season. And again, if you're the Buffalo Bills, you say, okay, we've got one piece of this. We need to figure out by one piece, I mean, we've got the offense because we got Josh Allen. We need to figure out what we're doing defensively against this Chiefs team. And it's time for them to, trade the franchise damn near to get whatever pieces necessary.
But they just traded their 2 best receivers. They got rid of them.
They just got rid. They didn't get anything for them. Those dudes left. They didn't.
I thought they traded Diggs.
Diggs wanted out.
Yeah.
Diggs kind of forced his way out.
They didn't get anything good?
No.
All right. Got 2 more nuggets, I believe, according to my list. The Memphis Tigers are 10-1 in the conference. Their best start since 16-0 in 2012. This is the first time in the last 16 years the Tigers have been a top 15 team this late in the season. What could go wrong, guys? They've got this wrapped up, right? Nothing to worry about. Final nug. What?
Fingers crossed.
All right, here's the last nugget. Over the last 39 NFL seasons, 7 teams have won 15-plus games in the regular season. Not one of them have won the Super Bowl that year.
Yeah, that's crazy to stop and think
That's
about.
pretty wild, right? 7 teams have won 15 games in the regular season and none of them won the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Wow.
Part of that was because of Eli Manning.
Certainly.
Yes.
One.
Should have gone in the Hall of Fame.
He'll get there eventually. Not
He'll
sure
get
it's
there.
valid. No, he shouldn't have been.
The best Manning.
Maybe.
He is the best Manning. All right, we were talking about halftime shows briefly earlier. Fish texted all of us about our halftime shows.
Oh my gosh,
so we have a list.
so adamant about it.
We have a list coming up about our top 5 halftime shows of all time for the Super Bowl. We've also got some NFL offseason stuff, odds for the Super Bowl, all that stuff. We'll take one more break. We're going to come back here. We got free picks, too.
No, we don't.
Yes, we do. I've got some.
Okay.
I know you guys got some. We got free picks.
No, I don't.
You're watching The Odds Couple here on Grind City Media.
I don't have free picks.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Memphis Cat is back with his Heaven on Earth tour.
I tried to be incognito, but thanks to Shannon Sharp's loud mouth, the gig is up.
February 22nd in the FedEx Forum.
In my spare time, I infiltrate the Illuminati. Look for their secrets. Run back. Tell y'all.
Don't miss this year's most talked about comedy icon live. He's back with brand new material, an unmatched wit, and an electrifying performance. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering, to those with a history of raising their performance to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard, bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Welcome back to The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
It's been a long day. Did you hear that sigh from Jacob as he was like getting ready to come back on the air? I heard like a muffled sort of rumble and then a 5, 4. I'm Lane Whitaker. We're back here at the Odds Couple. We're going to get you through this. We're almost done. We all have tomorrow off because it's All-Star weekend. Is anybody going to watch the All-Star games this weekend? You can watch the three-point contest?
Yeah, I'll watch all of it.
Dunk contest. When's the G League games Sunday during the day,
Yeah,
correct?
Sunday afternoon.
And all the hustle players are playing in that thing.
Armando Baycott, Yuki, Mal Pereira, and DJ Stewart.
All play.
Stewie coming off a triple-double yesterday.
All those guys are playing Sunday during the day. Jaron, of course, is in the big game Sunday afternoonish night. And Saturday or Friday. When's the rookie game? Friday? I think it's Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Rising Stars. That's
I won't get to see that. But I'll see the rest of it.
Why aren't you going to get to see that?
Going to dinner. Yeah, got a nice dinner.
All right. I like it when Rosa goes to dinner.
Yeah, going to a nice dinner.
That's Friday night. Saturday night's dunk contest, three-point contest, skills challenge, all that stuff. Which actually, my son and his invited friends over to watch the dunk contest. So
Okay.
We'll see. See if Mac McClung pulls something else out this year. I'll probably tune into some of that too. So let's talk halftime shows. We talked a little bit about it earlier. Kendrick Lamar ran around a lot. I enjoyed the halftime show. I know it's become a divisive topic around the internets. It's become politicized. It's become whatever you want to call it. That was pretty good. Let's talk about our top 5 halftime shows of all time. Somebody pointed out the other day, the Super Bowl halftime show, the first couple years, it was just kind of just something to fill the time. And then, you know, when it changed was the Michael Jackson halftime show. From what I read this article about it this week. The NFL lost viewers the one year Fox put on In Living Color during halftime. They did like a special live In Living Color with like the Wayans brothers, Jim Carrey, all those people. And the Super Bowl lost viewers watching that. So then the NFL's like, all right, well, we're going to compete with you. And they went out and got Michael Jackson to come do the Super Bowl.
Right.
There's a great clip on Twitter I saw where the director of that Super Bowl says like he had to deal with Michael Jackson, that Michael Jackson's on the stage. He's got sunglasses on. And when Michael Jackson takes the sunglasses off, the music starts, the show starts. And he's like, you know, this is timed out to within a couple seconds. And Michael Jackson got up there and was like, all right, screw this. Like, I know what I'm doing. And just stood there for about a minute without moving. And the director's like, hold it, hold it, hold it. And Michael Jackson just stands there and stands there and then finally takes off the glasses and the thing takes off. So there have been some amazing halftime shows through the years. Yeah. We gave our top 5 of all time. I don't know. Do we have Fish's, Jacob? Did Fish send the list in? Yeah, here's Fish's. So he starts with U2, Prince.
It's a beautiful day.
Aerosmith and NSYNC, which seems like an odd one. Did Pink perform in a Super Bowl halftime show?
Britney Spears was that when Pink hadn't done a Super Bowl, no.
Because that would be on Fish's list, for certain.
It would be number 1.
Yeah, Dre, Snoop, Eminem, and then the Beyonce.
I can't believe U2 was over Prince. I can't believe U2 was on this list. I found the U2 performance so boring.
Well, then we should probably go to my list because I don't have Prince on my list.
You don't have it on your list?
I'm not a Prince fan.
Okay. Well, that's cool. To each their own.
You like what you like. I think Prince is overrated.
Okay.
Well, that's just factually wrong.
I just
that's just wrong. You can't get away with that. There's no reason.
He's fine. He's written some pop songs, some hits.
He's fine. He plays all of the instruments and he writes
so
and
Stevie
he rocks
Wonder.
out. Yeah, Stevie Wonder is incredible also. If Stevie Wonder did a halftime show, he'd be on the list also.
I think he'd be higher than Prince. I think
no,
he's
because
written
Prince
more
is
hit
1.
songs.
He'd probably be like 2.
Prince wrote like 15, 20 good songs. It's okay. It's okay. So I had Dre, Snoop, Eminem number 1 because for me, like they played songs that I grew up on. I liked the halftime, the look of it. It felt like it was fun. It was like all these guys doing good songs. I put Michael Jackson up there. Springsteen. I'm not even a Springsteen guy. I just like the energy of that halftime show. I remember it felt like a 60-year-old dude out there rocking. It was pretty cool to watch. I like Kendrick. No one ever talks about the Timberlake Janet one in terms of being one of the better halftime shows. That's the one we all talked about for a decade afterwards. Not for the music, but we all talked about it for a long time afterwards.
If that doesn't happen, we don't get YouTube, right? YouTube comes about because
TiVo happened because
we were TiVoing things.
That was when we found out that TiVo tracked us.
Oh, really? I
remember? Because that next day they were like, TiVo announced that was the most rewound moment in TiVo history, and everybody's like, "Wait a minute, how do you know what we were rewinded?" That was how everyone found out about TiVo. That whole thing was a disaster. But I don't know. That's my list. I'm just not a Prince guy. Is that all right?
Yeah, you can say that, but you have to acknowledge that he's great.
I'll put him number 6.
That he's better than most of the
He
people
also
on that list.
did a bunch of covers at the Super Bowl halftime. He did "Proud Mary." What else did he do? He did some other like cover songs at the Super Bowl halftime show. And I'm like, all right, well, like play your songs.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Who do you have, CJ?
I got Prince number 1. Damn it, Prince out there
Overrated.
in the rain with the hair wrap, not to mess up the perm in the hair wrap in the rain, singing Purple Rain. Get out of here. Prince 1, Katy Perry 2. You come out on a giant tiger. You got Left Shark doing weird things. You bring out Missy Elliott, and then you leave on the More You Know star on your way out. That's terrific for me. Beyonce, that was a tremendous performance. What an awesome performer she is.
What do we remember about the Beyonce performance?
I remember that Michelle and Kelly came out. I remember.
I don't really remember much about it.
Listen, I remember a good portion of it. I remember the choreography was great. It was on point. It's like, holy hell, they've been working on this for quite some time. And then it was, okay, Beyonce's not going to bring anybody out. She's a diva. She's Beyonce. Why would she bring anybody out? And then she brings out Kelly and Michelle. It's like, oh, I enjoyed Destiny Child. Please do those songs also. So that's what I remember. Bruno Mars, phenomenal performer. That was great. And the best part about Bruno to me wasn't expecting him to bring anybody out either. Certainly wasn't expecting Red Hot Chili Peppers to come out as well. And the transition from Bruno to Red Hot Chili Peppers in New York, I think it was at MetLife Stadium. It's February, it's cold, but you couldn't tell it from how the Red Hot Chili Peppers were rocking. They were shirtless and shorts. They were just getting it in. Incredible. Love that. And number 5 was Diana Ross. Tremendous choreography throughout. She had the crowd spelling love in the background. She left in an actual helicopter. She changed wardrobes like 3 or 4 different times. Yeah, give me Diana Ross.
Roser?
Michael Jackson, Prince, Rihanna, Bruno Mars. I don't remember anything from that show, but I've seen Bruno Mars live in concert, and he was awesome, so I know his Super Bowl show had to be awesome, too. And then Kendrick Lamar 5 because it's the most recent, so I have it on my mind. The truth is, I don't really remember any Super Bowl halftime shows. I don't think any of them are that memorable. I think the Michael Jackson one was memorable for the reasons you stated. The Prince one, because we have it in the rain. He also played a Foo Fighters song. Rihanna, I remember because she did the floating stage stuff. And
she revealed she was pregnant.
Yeah, she revealed she was pregnant. Sure, I didn't remember that until you just said it. And Bruno Mars, I have no recollection of it. The Kendrick show, I probably in 5 years I will not remember anything from.
Prince's Super Bowl. Here's Prince's Super Bowl halftime set list.
I don't think most people remember Super Bowl halftime shows.
Yeah, unless like something crazy happens, like the Timberlake,
like the Janet Jackson one, know, because her boob got shown.
Prince's halftime show was "We Will Rock You" was the intro.
The Queen.
That's a cover. He didn't write that song, CJ. Number 2 is "Let's Go Crazy," Prince song. Number 3, "Baby I'm a Star" / "Proud Mary" / 1999. Then he goes into "All Along the Watchtower," Jimi Hendrix song.
Bob Dylan.
"Best of You," Foo Fighters.
Yeah, great song.
And then "Purple Rain."
Yeah.
It says there was the controversy. There was some controversy during a portion of the show where Prince was silhouetted on a screen and the placement of his guitar was considered phallic. There were in excess of 150 people complaining about this or a Snickers commercial which featured 2 men kissing.
Listen, man.
Come a long way.
Give me the phallic performance.
I'd love to see the Foo Fighters do the Super
They would be really good, yeah. I saw I was
Dave Grohl's getting old though.
I was at the Super Bowl in Houston and I saw Lady Gaga was the performer. So I saw it in person.
Yeah, Lady Gaga.
Do you remember she like jumped into the arena? The stadium has a hole in the roof, and she jumped, into the hole.
She was on the edge.
Came all the way down on the Glory. She came all the way down the rope, landed on the stage, did the show. I don't remember a thing about it. Like being there in person.
Yeah,
it was whatever. It was fine.
And Lady Gaga is a good performer. You would think you would remember and enjoy that, but I'm with you. Like the Super Bowl halftime shows are overrated. Because part of the issue with them is what they've turned into now is like when they zoomed out of the Kendrick Lamar show the other night, and you see like he's really just taking up a tiny portion of the field. You can see most of the field, the Eagles, the Chiefs logos. So it's like
You can't see it. Yeah, if you're in person.
And then you see the cameras that's like walking, follow them around. It's done for television. It's not done for the people in the stadium. And to me, it's like you perform for the people in the stadium.
Yeah.
You know?
I actually...
And some of the performers they have, like I am interested to see Kendrick Lamar doing the stadium tour. I bet it'll be way different. But I did wonder, I'm like, does he make stadium music? There's a difference in like club music to arena music to stadium music.
More than more than the Lady Gaga at that Super Bowl, the night before, Pepsi had a party. We went to that, and it was Bruno Mars performing. I remember that show way more than the Super Bowl. It was so good.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was
Bruno
amazing.
Mars is so good.
He had the whole
live.
band up there. They were all wearing football jerseys. It was great.
A testament to how good you are as a live performer. When I saw Bruno Mars here, it was the first time he came. I sat at the top of the building. We're working at a radio station, and we got free tickets. We sat at the top of the FedEx Forum.
Yeah.
And it was amazing.
Yeah.
Like it didn't matter where. It doesn't matter where you are in there.
It was fun. Yeah, he made it fun. It was great.
Shout out Bruno Mars.
We're gonna get out of here. Anybody got free picks?
Yeah, we're taking. I just had it. We're gonna take a. We're gonna do a little two-teamer.
All right.
Two-team parlay. Fairleigh Dickinson -9.5 against Chicago State tonight. Now Fairleigh Dickinson is only 10-15, but they're 6-4 in conference. They're playing another conference team tonight who is 4-21.
Ooh.
Chicago State. We're also going to take Central Connecticut -11.5 against Mercyhurst. I don't know what Mercyhurst is, but they can't be good at basketball, so we're going to go Central Connecticut.
I can't find the odds on this on ESPN Bet at the top off the top of my head, but I was watching last night on the NHL. They have the Four Nations face-off.
Yeah,
so instead of
do.
an all-star game, they have 4 countries: USA, Sweden, Finland, and Canada.
Canada's team is supposed to be incredible.
Canada played Sweden last night. Canada's front line is the last 3 NHL MVPs. And they jumped ahead 2-0. Sweden tied it up. It was 3-3. Went to overtime. Canada won in overtime.
Wow.
But Canada is friggin' stacked. And they're playing a lot of these games in Canada. The crowd was just through the roof when the thing started. So I might take Canada to win this thing.
Yeah, I think it's probably fair. They're probably like minus.
And then we'll put a tariff on them.
8 million. Yeah.
Put a tariff. Makes sense to me.
Team USA looked pretty good too, though. They played tonight against Finland. So
I'm
going to
put a tariff on anybody who takes my picks.
How you like that?
Just get the tariff. Just throw a tariff at everybody.
Put a tariff on that C4 you're drinking.
Yeah.
All right.
It's in the garbage
We're going to take a
now.
break. We'll be back on Monday. Or Tuesday? When are we back? Monday. We're back Monday. I don't know. We'll be back next week. We get a long weekend. That's CJ. That's Roser. That's Jacob. I'm Lang. You're watching Grind City Media.